You get the notification. Account balance low. Then another one. Overdraft fee may apply. Your chest tightens because you're not reckless. You're just one forgotten charge away from a chain reaction. You open the bank app, and it's death by 1,000 cuts. A subscription you barely use, one you forgot you started, and one you don't even recognize. And the thought hits hard. I shouldn't be broke right now. So why am I? In 1 hour, you'll find every subscription and stop the silent withdrawals. And I'll show you the math that makes them sticky. This is Miles Money Audit. Automatic charges create automatic stress. That's the subscription trap. Picture this. It's a normal week, nothing dramatic. You're just trying to get through it. And you keep getting that same feeling. Your bank balance is lower than your life suggests it should be. You didn't buy anything ridiculous. You didn't take a last-minute vacation. You didn't walk into a store and black out. So why does it feel like your money evaporates? Here's the answer a lot of people don't want to hear at first, but love once they see it clearly. It's not one big mistake. It's a bunch of tiny automatic decisions you never reapproved. Subscriptions are the perfect example. They're convenient. They're small. They're always justified in the moment. And then they quietly turn into rent for your own life. Today, we're going to audit subscriptions the way a CFO would, not with guilt, with math, with visibility, with rules you can repeat forever. You're going to walk away with 3 things: a simple way to find every subscription you're paying, a decision rule for what to keep, what to rotate, and what to cancel, and a system that prevents this from happening again, even if you're busy. Subscriptions win because they don't feel expensive. They feel ignorable. Nobody panics at $9.99. People panic at $120. Even though it's the same money, monthly pricing is the oldest trick in personal finance. It pushes your brain into "that's fine" mode. It's the same reason companies ask about the monthly payment. It's not because monthly numbers are more honest. It's because monthly numbers are easier to tolerate. Here's your first Miles Money Audit rule. If you don't know the total cost, you don't own the decision. The decision owns you. A subscription isn't $10, it's $10 until you cancel. And most people don't cancel quickly. They cancel late, or they don't cancel at all. Now you might be thinking, I only have a couple subscriptions, I'm fine. Maybe, but I want you to zoom out. Subscriptions aren't just TV and music anymore. You have subscriptions for storage, for productivity apps, for fitness, for meditation, for editing, for delivery, for shopping perks, for learning platforms, for family stuff, for devices, for warranties, for software you use once a year. And that's before you count the subscriptions you didn't realize were subscriptions because they're disguised as membership, pro, plus, premium, trial, or service fee. This isn't just entertainment, it's your life quietly turning into recurring charges. Let's do the math the way normal life actually works. You start a free trial. You tell yourself you'll cancel. Then you forget. Not because you're irresponsible, because you're human. Life is loud, and subscription companies are betting on your attention being split. So the $9.99 starts hitting your account every month. If you catch it after 2 months, it's $20. If you catch it after 12 months, it's $120. If you catch it after 3 years, it's $360. And here's where the trap gets sharper. Subscriptions punish people with thin margin more than anyone else. Not because the subscription costs more, because the consequences cost more. Let me show you the chain reaction that happens in real life. You've got $60 left until Friday. A forgotten $15 subscription hits. Now you're at $45. Then a grocery run comes out to $52. Now you're negative. Then the bank adds a fee. Then you move money from a credit card to cover it. Then you pay interest. Then you're annoyed at yourself and you're stressed and you feel like you're always behind. That $15 subscription didn't cost $15. It cost $15 plus the fine print tax, fees, interest, and mental load. And subscriptions are perfectly designed to create fine print tax because they hit automatically, quietly, on schedule. They don't ask permission again. That's why the goal today isn't cancel everything. The goal is pay intentionally. To do that, we're going to sort subscriptions into a simple system. 4 buckets. First, daily drivers. These are subscriptions you genuinely use weekly or daily. They remove friction in your life. Music you play every day, storage you depend on, a tool that saves you hours. These can stay if they're priced right. Second, rotators. These are subscriptions you enjoy sometimes. Streaming platforms, specialty apps, temporary needs. These should not be permanent. You rotate them. 1 month on, 1 month off. Like crops, you'll still watch everything. You'll just stop paying for everything at once. Third, vampires. These are subscriptions you forgot. You don't use them. You don't even recognize them. Pure leakage. If it's not memorable, it's not valuable. Vampires are canceled immediately. No debate. Fourth, disguised subscriptions, annual renewals, member pricing, in-app add-ons, device protection plans, bundles, things that hide under strange names on your statement. These survive because you can't see them clearly. Most people think they have a few subscriptions. In reality, they have a subscription ecosystem, and ecosystems are hard to control without a map. So let's build the map. Here's the 1-hour subscription audit. No complicated spreadsheet required, just one focused hour. Step 1. Search your bank and credit card transactions for keywords. Subscription, recurring, monthly, annual, membership, premium, pro, plus. Then search the actual merchants you recognize, streaming brands, app names, delivery services. Go back at least 90 days because some subscriptions are monthly, some are every 45 days, some are quarterly. Step 2. Check your App Store subscriptions, Apple ID subscriptions, Google Play subscriptions. This is where forgotten vampires love to live because it's one click to start and the charge name can look generic. Step 3. Check PayPal, wallets, and any one-click payment services. Subscriptions love PayPal because it reduces friction for you and increases profit for them. Step 4. Search your email for receipts. Type receipt, renewal, subscription, trial, invoice. If you want the fastest method, search for the word renewal. That word is a gold mine. Now you'll have a list, and here's the key. Don't decide yet. First, total it, because the total is where the truth lives. Ready for the most common moment in a subscription audit? People add it up and say, wait, that's what we're paying?
Yep, let's run a normal household example. One main streaming service, $16. Music, $11. Cloud storage, $3. Gym app, $15. 2 extra streaming services, $12 and $12. Password manager, $4. A couple random apps, $6 and $8. A kid app, $10. Delivery membership, $14. That's around $121 a month. That's $1,452 a year. That's not a few subscriptions. That's a car payment. That's a month of groceries for some households. That's a meaningful piece of your margin. And here's why it's dangerous. It doesn't feel like one big expense. It feels like 10 tiny expenses. Your brain can't feel 10 tiny paper cuts the way it feels one big cut. But your bank account can. And it gets worse because subscriptions don't just cost money, they cost options. When your monthly life is tight, subscriptions turn small problems into big problems. They create volatility, and volatility creates fees. Here's the Miles rule. Subscriptions are not just an expense, they're a volatility multiplier. Now, let's talk about the subscriptions that hide inside other subscriptions, the stacked ones. In 2025, you don't just pay for services, you pay for layers. The first stack is in-app add-ons. You download an app that's free, then you pay for premium, then you pay for extra features. So you think you have one subscription, but you actually have 2 or 3. The second stack is bundles you don't fully use. Music plus video plus storage bundles are everywhere. They're only a deal if you actually use the bundle. If you only use one part, it's not a bundle. It's a fee disguised as a deal. The third stack is annual renewals that jump scare your account. These don't hit monthly, so you forget them. Domain renewals, antivirus, random pro tools. They disappear for 11 months, then show up when you least need them. The fourth stack is member pricing traps. A store offers member pricing, but you have to pay a membership to unlock it. So you pay money to feel like you're saving money. Miles rule. If a subscription exists to unlock savings, it needs a break-even test. If the membership costs $60 a year and reliably saves you $5 a month, fine. But if you're not using it, that's not savings. That's a fee with good marketing. Now let's make this concrete with 3 real-life receipts, because subscription creep looks different depending on your life stage. If you're single, the creep is quiet. Music, 1 streaming service. Storage, 1 premium app, maybe delivery membership. It's usually $40 to $70 a month without trying. That's $500 to $850 a year. The danger isn't the total, it's the invisibility. 1 more free trial here, 1 more upgrade there. Suddenly, you're at $90. Best move, set a cap and rotate entertainment. If you're a couple, the trap is the double stack. 2 music plans, 2 storage plans, 2 premium apps that do the same job, 2 delivery memberships. So the audit question is simple. Are we paying twice for the same category? If you share a life, you can share tools. 1 music plan, 1 storage plan, 1 password manager, 1 delivery membership. This is the easiest free money most couples will ever find. If you're a family, it becomes the digital junk drawer. Entertainment, kids apps, storage, school tools, delivery, and we needed it once subscriptions. Family budgets don't collapse from 1 big mistake. They collapse from 14 small automatic ones. Family rule. If it's for the kids, it must be either daily use or a 30-day rotation. No permanent maybe. Now, when people audit subscriptions, they usually make 1 mistake. They cancel the cheap stuff first. They feel productive, but they barely move the needle. Here's the smarter way. Use the subscription ladder. Level 1. Vampires. If you didn't know it existed or you haven't used it in 30 days, it's gone. Cancel today. Level 2. Duplicates. 2 music subscriptions? Combine. 2 storage plans? Combine. This is painless savings. Level 3. Rotators. Streaming services you only use sometimes. Pick one. Cancel the rest. You can always resubscribe later. Subscriptions aren't rare gemstones. They'll still be there. Level 4. Daily drivers. These are the few that truly earn a permanent spot. Keep them because the goal is not to cancel joy. The goal is to stop paying automatically for things you're not using. Miles rule. Cut the ones that steal money and attention first. Keep the ones that actually improve your life. Now, let's talk about why these are so hard to kill. Subscriptions are designed around human behavior, not human logic. They use free trials, frictionless checkout, frictionful cancellation, and loss aversion. Free trials mean you don't buy, you try, and trying turns into paying. Frictionless checkout means 1 click, Face ID, done. 0 pain in the moment. Frictionful cancellation means canceling takes steps, confirmations, sometimes a phone call. And the longer it takes, the more you procrastinate. Loss aversion means you think, I might need it later, so you keep paying for a future version of you. Most subscriptions survive on inertia, not value. So we're going to fight inertia with structure. Here are the Miles rules that make subscriptions behave. Rule 1. 1 streaming service at a time. Rotate monthly. Binge what you want. Cancel. Move on. You'll still watch everything. You'll just stop paying for everything at once. Rule 2. Annual only if it's a daily driver. If you use it weekly or daily, annual can be smart. If you use it sometimes, annual is a trap. Annual subscriptions feel like a deal, but a deal on something you don't use is prepaid regret. Rule 3. If you forgot it existed, it's already fail. No guilt, just logic. If it's not memorable, it's not valuable. Rule 4. Create a subscription cap. Pick a number you're willing to rent your life for. Maybe it's $50 a month, maybe $80, but it must be a hard cap. Everything above that cap must justify its existence. Rule 5. Use a calendar rule. Every time you start a trial, set a reminder for 48 hours before renewal. If you don't, You're volunteering to be the product. Now we're going to add the missing piece that makes this permanent. Control the timing. Most people don't realize this, but subscriptions aren't just a total, they're a schedule. And if the schedule is messy, your cash flow feels messy. So here's a simple upgrade. Cluster your subscription billing dates. Pick 2 dates per month, like the 1st and the 15th. Move subscriptions to those dates where you can. If a service lets you change billing date, do it. If it doesn't, cancel and resubscribe on your chosen date. This does 2 things. First, it stops surprise charges in the middle of the month. Second, it makes the audit easier because you know when to expect the hits. This is a CFO move. It's not about being strict, it's about being predictable. Next, the cancellation friction hacks. Because yes, they make it annoying on purpose. Here are 4 fast friction hacks that save your sanity. First, cancel from the source. If it's billed through Apple, cancel in Apple subscriptions. If it's billed through Google, cancel in Google Play. Canceling on the website may not stop the App Store billing. Second, create a subscription email folder. When you cancel, search your email and save the cancellation confirmation. 1 folder, all receipts. This turns future audits into a 5-minute job. Third, use one subscription payment method. If your bank supports virtual cards, put every subscription on one virtual card. 1 card, 1 location, 1 off switch. If the list gets out of control, you can freeze that card and stop the bleeding instantly. Fourth, use the cooldown rule for new subscriptions. No new subscription today. Put it on a list. If you still want it in 72 hours, you can buy it.
Most subscriptions are impulse purchases disguised as productivity. Now let's talk about the sneakiest subscription, the one that claims it's saving you money. These are memberships that exist to unlock free shipping, exclusive deals, or member-only prices. Sometimes they're worth it, but most people never run the break-even. Here's the break-even rule. What do I save per month because I have this membership? If you can't answer that, you don't have savings. You have hope. This is where people get trapped. They keep the membership just in case, which means they pay every month to feel prepared. Miles rule. Just in case is not a budget category. One more thing that makes subscriptions dangerous is how they show up on statements. You think you're looking for Hulu or Spotify, but a lot of charges don't say that. They say things like apple.com/BILLGOOGLE asterisk SERVICEPAYPAL asterisk MERCHANTAMZNMKTP, or some random abbreviation that looks like it belongs to a robot. So here's a quick decoding rule. If the merchant name is generic, don't guess. Trace it. Open the transaction and look for any extra details. If it's Apple, go to your Apple subscriptions and match the amount and date. If it's Google, do the same in Google Play. If it's PayPal, open PayPal and check automatic payments. That's where the ghosts live. Miles rule. If you can't name the charge in 10 seconds, it's not a subscription. It's a question mark, and question marks get audited. Now let's talk about the most sneaky subscription behavior, price creep. A service starts at $7.99, then it's $9.99, then it's $12.99. Then you're paying $19.99 and telling yourself it's normal because the increases were small. This is subscription inflation, and it works because nobody re-decides. You just keep paying, and the new number becomes the number. So add this to your audit. For every subscription you keep, ask, has this increased in the last year? If yes, would I subscribe today at the new price? If the answer is no, it's a rotator, not a permanent resident. Next, the downgrade and pause moves. A lot of services have a cheaper plan, a student plan, a family plan, or a pause feature, but they don't advertise it because upgrades make money and downgrades don't. So before you cancel, try this sequence. Check if there's a cheaper tier.
Check if there's an annual discount that makes sense for a daily driver. Check if you can pause for 1 or 2 months. Then decide, keep, rotate, or cancel. And speaking of family plans, here's an easy win that people miss. If multiple people in your household are paying separately for the same category, you're paying the single-seat tax. One shared plan is often cheaper than 2 separate plans. So if you're a couple or a family, run this question. Are we paying twice for the same thing? If yes, consolidate. Now let's lock in the rule that stops new subscriptions from sneaking back in. Every time you want to start a new subscription, you have to do one of 2 things. Either it replaces an existing subscription in the same category, or it fits under your cap without reducing buffer contributions. That's it. No cap, no replacement, no new subscription. Miles rule. New subscriptions don't get added, they get traded. This is how you keep your list from growing forever. Now, the big question is, why does this still feel small? You might think, okay, I'll save $50 a month. Nice, but that doesn't change my life. Here's the part most people miss. The goal isn't just to save $50. The goal is to create buffer. Buffer changes everything. When you have buffer, surprise charges become annoying instead of dangerous. When you have buffer, you stop paying fees. When you have buffer, you can make decisions calmly. When you have buffer, you buy your time back. So here's the big Miles Money Audit idea. Automatic charges create automatic stress, and buffer is the antidote. If you have $1,000 saved, a surprise subscription is a shrug. If you have $40, it can trigger a chain reaction. So part of beating the subscription trap isn't just canceling services. It's moving the savings into a buffer automatically. Even $25 a week builds momentum. Now I want to give you a simple 1-month plan so you don't fall back into the trap. Week 1. Visibility. Do the 1-hour audit. List every subscription. Total it. Sort it into the 4 buckets. Week 2. Deletion. Cancel every vampire. Combine duplicates. Pick one rotator for the next 30 days and cancel the rest. Week 3. Control. Set your subscription cap. Cluster billing dates. Put reminders on every remaining renewal. Week 4. Automation. Move the savings into buffer automatically. Treat it like a bill you owe your future self. After 30 days, do one thing. Review the list. Ask one question for every subscription. Did I use this enough to earn another month? That question alone kills subscription creep because it forces reapproval. Now here's your action plan for this week. 1 hour. List every subscription through bank, app store, PayPal, and email. Total the monthly number and write it down. Sort into the buckets: daily driver, rotator, vampire, disguised. Cancel every vampire today. No discussion. Combine duplicates. Pick one rotator to keep for 30 days. Cancel the rest. Set calendar reminders for every remaining renewal. Cluster billing dates if possible. Put all subscriptions on one payment method if you can. Move the savings into buffer automatically. If you do that, you'll feel the difference within a month. Not because you became a different person, because you installed a different system. You don't need to cancel joy. You need to stop paying for things you're not using and stop letting small charges steal your margin. This is Miles Money Audit. Read the fine print. Keep your money, starting today.